But on the topic of wasting time, The Boys. The Boys. Have you seen anything The Boys related?
No. I watched the first few seasons and I lost some interest because it did seem a little redundant. And but it's getting to the end, and I've read the comic book, unfortunately. And the one thing I would say about the comic book is I did think the ending to the comic book was interesting. And so I am interested in the ending of The Boys just to see if they do the same thing or if there's something as interesting as the comic book. So I'd like to say that you were saying to me, you're not sure if they're going to be able to wrap it all up.
Not only am I not sure if they're going to be able to wrap everything up in a satisfying way, I'm leaning into the fact that we might have not Game of Thrones season 8 level bad, but it'll be in the conversation. Like in terms of worst finales in TV history, season 8 Thrones is, I think, number 1 or 2. If someone has a better number 1, tell me about it. Well, I think The Boys will be in the top 3. No, but top 5, possibly, because of the time they're wasting. Remember in previous seasons where Butcher's idea was, okay, Soldier Boy, he's the guy to take out Homelander.
Yeah.
No. And then it evolves to like, okay, well, that's okay.
Brought back Soldier Boy because people like Soldier Boy.
Right. And to be fair, I have been enjoying Soldier Boy, but he's been given way too much attention. Not only is Soldier Boy given way too much screen time. Remember Ryan, whose laser blast fucked up Stormfront? Something Homelander's laser blast couldn't do. So everyone was like, okay, Ryan is the secret weapon. Preston, Ryan shows up for 2 episodes. And he has less than, like, I think 10 or 15 minutes of screen time.
So that's the thing, is if going based on the first few seasons, I would say that you need to have some fundamental things that need to be resolved in the show. Okay. So Homelander and defeating Homelander is obviously the number 1 thing that you need to do. And it seems like they're probably going to do that. But number 2, you need to deal with the thematic element of like Huey versus Butcher and who is right, and Huey finally once and for all rejecting Butcher and his methods. That needs to be done. So I think like that's pretty prime. Then 3, you need to deal with Huey and Starlight's relationship. And I would say for the show, you need to deal with Butcher and his son. That's a very, an important relationship. I mean, I think it's an important relationship just in the sense of father versus son, but also that the fact that they've made his son like an Omega level mutant. So like do you think they will resolve? Do you think those 4 plot points, those 4 plot lines will conclude?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. We just got the penultimate episode, and it felt like something between Butcher and Huey might come about because Butcher in season 4, you saw the ending to season 4, right?
I don't know. I could put conflating them all.
So I don't know if this happened in season 3.
Heads explode. I don't know.
Right. Well, yeah, the AOC Victoria Newman. Yeah. Butcher has this one guy played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan in his head that only he can see. And apparently they were in Afghanistan or Iraq together and some crazy shit happened. In the penultimate episode that we just got, this soup that can use psychic powers to go in your head and get information, he basically transforms himself into Butcher's former friend and starts trying to fuck with Huey. Like, yeah, Huey, all Butcher's going to do is just fuck you over in the end like he did us. I'm going to leave the room now and let you guys ponder on that. And I thought that like something crazy was going to happen with that, but not really. It seems like Huey ultimately does have faith in Butcher, but also it's like they do clash sometimes. I would recommend you watch the full season, but if you didn't, I mean, I don't know, man. They spent several episodes dicking around, not doing much. Then the greatest tragedy is Gen V. I told you about this briefly last night, how Gen V introduces another Omega level mutant character like Homelander, Marie Moreau. She has the ability to control your blood, which means she has literally the ability to kill you from far away because she can control your blood flow. And like, your heart stops or whatever, or explodes you and possibly revive the dead.
Yeah.
So, but also another plot point of Gen V is the virus, the soup-killing virus, right? So we have the soup-killing virus and Marie Moreau. They used the soup-killing virus from Gen V, and it turns out Soldier Boy is immune.
Oh, well
Not only is Soldier Boy immune, it's because he was given the original V1, right? So check this out. Remember in season 3 when Soldier Boy's going on his rampage and he comes across that hot redhead who betrayed him, and the first thing she says is, Soldier Boy, wow, you still look so young. Such a throwaway line. Turns out V1 makes you essentially immortal. Not immortal. They keep using the word immortal. It just gives you eternal youth.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So he technically will live forever, but he can still like have his head chopped off or whatever. So the virus doesn't work on people that have V1. That means Soldier Boy, this other guy, Bomb Sight, and whatever. Homelander doesn't have V1, so he wants V1. So the race goes for V1. And then, I don't want to spoil this for you, what happens, but it's just like a flip-flop back and forth with Soldier Boy. Is he going to fuck over Homelander? Is he going to help him? Who the fuck knows? And then it's like, okay, the V1 thing, we got to get our hands on that before Homelander does. Never mind, it doesn't matter anymore. I know. Let's give Kimiko Soldier Boy's powers. His powers to like depower soups. Let's just do this in the penultimate episode. How do we do this? Fucking shoot her with constant doses of radiation to where she develops this power. Oh, God. It's just, why are we doing this right before the final episode?
So now she can depower soups.
We don't know. Possibly. Maybe.
Okay.
But that's the plan because they have no other plan. It's like...
So it sounds like all the it sounds like I'm going to guess. This is my prediction based on what you told me, that rather than resolving a lot of these plots, they're going to have a lot of the characters die in a big blaze of glory in order to take out Homelander, and then we're going to have Butcher, maybe Kimiko, like all die in order to stop Homelander, and then in the end it'll just be like Huey and Starlight will be like the last ones.
Maybe, but this is so stupid. The title of the episode, the second to last that just came out, is called The Female, the Frenchman, and the Man Called Mother's Milk. And I'm like, oh shit, they're all dead. No. Most of the episode is them going behind the scenes, having a fight with who gives a fuck, rando soups, and that's it. And then maybe some plot development towards a secret weapon, Kimiko, to defeat Homelander. Maybe. We don't know if it worked. Whatever. Question, I don't know how they're going to wrap up so many, like, stuff. I already told you my theory of how I thought Homelander was going to die. The Deep was going to kill him because Homelander can't swim. That's what I thought. But
that'd be really interesting, yeah.
Because why would Homelander ever need to learn how to swim? He can fly. But I don't even think they're going to do that. Like, the Deep was a part of some, like, oil spill, so all the fish in the sea, including a hammerhead shark voiced by Samuel L. Jackson, tell him to never go into the sea again or we're going to fuck you up. His words.
So maybe he's going to fall into the sea and then they're all going to kill him.
I don't know. Like, this is... I'm so deathly afraid of this being a Game of Thrones season 8 thing. Oh my god. Oh, how do you... And the worst atrocious thing of all is they spend so much time setting up the Gen V characters. Preston, they only appear for like 5 minutes and then that's it. And then Gen V got canceled, so there's no season 3. A lot of people are pissed that they think Soldier Boy got so much screen time because they're setting up the next spinoff coming out next year, Vought Rising.
There's a spinoff called Vought Rising?
How do you not know about this? Yeah.
No,
Yeah, there is.
It's going to be Soldier Boy?
It's gonna be Soldier Boy. It's so basically because of World War II and like taking Nazi scientists. It's gonna be Soldier Boy, Bomb Sight, this guy Torpedo, and some girl named Angel. They're the original soups plus Stormfront. So the Nazi stuff is gonna come back.